Hello, John Paul here with JP's Magic Corner. Okay, so we're not actually opening up Throne of Eldraine today. Instead, we are doing. These packs come from my roommate. He had some leftovers of four different sets for the Spark Core 2020, Throne of Eldraine, and Theros Beyond Death. So, this is leftover from him drafting with his friends and doing sealed pools with his nephews. But this is going to be a really good time to actually go through and talk about why people normally only open up sealed booster boxes. And, or in general, why when you're opening packs, you really want to buy as a booster box and go from there. A lot of it has to do with just so a booster box normally comes with, you're going to hit like at least four mythics. That's not exactly like, could you get three? Yes, but because of just how set distribution works and how all the numbers map out, you're pretty much always going to get four, maybe five. If you get really unlucky, you might only get three. There's not really guarantees when you're opening a complete booster box, but the odds of the luck not working out that way are really low. But you also get things like you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least one foil rare when you're opening up a booster box, and or at least War of the Spark and Core are like that. And then they upped the chances of getting a foil rare starting with Throne. But when we kind of get into more of the packs, you'll see what I'm talking about, as the randomness is not exact. So, like, the main thing is these 9 packs came from a booster box. I don't know what my roommate Eric opened up when the other 27 packs, right? But it's possible he already hit all the mythics. So there might be no mythics for us to open in these War of the Spark packs. And same goes for each of the other ones. But we'll get into it. War of the Spark is the Planeswalker set. It's pretty cool. You'll see there's each Planeswalker of the 36 in it has a card that is geared to what they kind of do. Whatever their gimmick is or their niche is, what kind of magic they do. But in addition, each of the 36 walkers have a card. Some at uncommon. It's the first time we've seen uncommon and rare planeswalkers were in this set. All the uncommons have a static ability. So Ashiok's here is spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause their controller to search their library. And then they have a minus ability that they can activate multiple times, and they all start at 5 loyalty. See, we already opened up a mythic in the War of the Spark packs. So draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library. Draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Really cool, the finale cycle. But I'm a big fan of having some planeswalkers at uncommon and rare. I think when they did it again in Core 2020 with the Chandra vertical cycle, that was pretty cool. I do think War of the Spark Limited was really fun because of the amount of walkers it had, but obviously they're probably not going to do that ever again, or at least not for a pretty long time. Oh, and we already hit a second mythic, Nico Bolas Dragon God. So, put it this way. The 9 packs we got from the War box, we already hit 2 of the mythics that box would have had. It's very unlikely a box is going to have more than 5 mythics. So, like, I already know those 27 packs that Eric got and the rest of it had 2, maybe 3 mythics max. So you can kind of get into some stuff where if you've started to go through a box, and let's say you're halfway through the box, you already pulled 5 mythics, you could just like sell the rest of those packs knowing that it's unlikely they're going to pull a mythic rare from it. Almost impossible. Well, not technically impossible, very unlikely. So that was our rare, and then we got a foil uncommon. That's in general one of the reasons you don't really want to ever buy boosters from an open booster box. Like if it's from your local game store and you know the owner is pretty respectable, then obviously you don't have to worry as much. The Wanderer, pretty cool. I really like the idea that they've given the Wanderer, she can show up and on artwork for planes she doesn't really appear on, because her whole shtick is she randomly planeswalks from place to place. She doesn't have as much control over it. So this is one of the rare planeswalkers, Sarkin. Even all 36 planeswalkers have a static ability, and the rares have 2 abilities, a plus and a minus. Nicol Bolas, that was the mythic planeswalker. He had 3 abilities like most planeswalkers normally do. So, but anyway. But yeah, it's actually kind of nice to do a couple different sets all at once. You get more variety in what you see. We're also going to be able to see, it's possible we just run really hot and we pull, like, out of this 36 packs, pull something like 8 mythics. Which statistically, so you're normally supposed to get a mythic 1 in 8 packs. So, but because we know, but like I was talking about, 9 packs, these packs probably all came from one column of the box, right? Which means if that column, say, had 3 or 4 of the mythics of the box, it's possible we'll just get all the mythics that were possible in that box. Happen to be in the 9 packs we pulled from. So, I mean, your potential of grabbing random packs from different booster boxes, you could, like, oh my god, I pulled like 7 mythics because I'm super lucky and pulled just mythic only packs from 2 different boxes. But it's pretty unlikely. Okay, 3 War of the Spark packs left. Nicol Bolas is one of the more expensive mythics in there. I was just looking up, and Narset's Reversal is actually one of the rares worth the most. Her, Teferi, and Nissa. Oh, there we go. And we got a foil Karn the Great Creator. I am also interested in how many foil rares we get out of these packs. It's pretty much giving me an experiment on how lucky can you get versus the kind of guarantees of what you're almost guaranteed to get in opening a box. It's like a box where you don't get at least 2 mythics. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a video of someone open a box that only had 2 mythics. Oh, another rare, Neheb. Because of how the print run normally works, while it's technically mathematical possible to, like, do, like, 36 packs in a box, and you just happen to not get any mythics, because of how, like, printing actually works, and how the sorting actually works, you not getting any mythics is almost impossible, is actually impossible in the box, unless there was, like, a huge error in how that box was sorted. Because there are some error packs and some error assortments, but there's certain things you can kind of count on happening in how a box just comes from the printer. Okay, so from the 9... So we got 2 mythics from the 9, or the Spark packs. We hit Nissa. That was really good. Overall, it was okay. The foil Karn is actually worth a pretty penny. So, core sets in general don't get opened up as much, so you'll find the core set rares normally hold value a lot more than others. We'll just go straight to them. Leyline of the Void. Let's see. Best Leyline. This is the third time they've done the Leyline cycle, and the Leylines that aren't very good always get moved out to being other ones. But Leyline of the Void was in it the first time they did the cycle, and it has returned as the black Leyline every time. Yeah, because I think the red one and the green one were new this time, and the blue and the white one returned from the second time they did them. Black is the only triple repeater. I know people love Minotaurs, but that Minotaur is pretty bad. Okay, anticipate. I actually think this was a really fun limited core set as far as core sets go. Golos, not really worth much, but still terrorizing Brawl. If you play Brawl at all. Also very good in Commander. Don't forget, if you like the video, leave a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. The YouTube algorithm loves when you interact with the video. Got to get those stats artificially up. Legion's End. Man, this was playable right at the start of when this came out, and when Throne just came out, and then it just fell by the wayside because nobody's playing cheap creatures. Everyone's waiting until turn 3 or later and then starting to do things. Or I guess the only cheap creature they play is the Paradise Druid that has hexproof. Oh, everybody loves goblins. So, there we go. Pulled another mythic. Yorick, the Desecrated. I really do like all the tricolor goodness that they did. So my conspiracy theory is the set after Zendikar Rising is going to be a Shard or Return to Khans. And that's why Ikoria has so much tricolor theme going on. It's there to support us going to an actual tricolor set. Which means if we go to Shards, it would have to be weird and they do wedges instead of arcs. So, if anything, it means Khans might be the set after Zendikar Rising. That's just my conspiracy theory, though. So, we're about halfway through our mismatch box. Leyline of Sanctity, the white one. If it's in your opening hand, you can begin with it on the battlefield, and you have hexproof. Very powerful sideboard card. That's pretty much what all the Leylines are. Is they're just sideboard cards come in, helping out in certain situations. The black one, just being able to all your opponent's cards always get exiled instead of going to the graveyard. Very good effect. Very good release valve for every format it's in. It's one of the reasons it has returned. So in these 9 core packs, we have only pulled 1 mythic. So while we ran really hot in the first 2 packs from War, not so hot here in the core set world. Oh, and we got a Temple as rare. Foil common. Fry. Hey, let's make a red Planeswalker hate spell that can't kill Oko that's going to be in the next set. Our marquee Planeswalker. So the thing about Magic booster packs, because I watch a lot of other trading card games, people opening packs from those. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon both a lot of the time can have sets that are kind of mappable. Like you know where all the higher rarity packs are going to be within a box. Magic does a much better job at that, to where you don't really know where the mythics in a box are going to be, so you can't really pick them out and leave just all the not very valuable cards. But you could just get unlucky if, someone comes by, buys like 10 boosters out of a box at your local game store. They happen to get like 4 mythics, and you just know the rest of the box doesn't have mythics. It's like, why am I even buying out of that? Oh, and we got a Showcase Foil Bone Crusher Giant. That's pretty. That is pretty. So, see, we've hit 2 foil rares, one from a set, or the Spark. It's really hard to pull a foil rare from. It's harder than the sets that came afterwards because they changed it starting with Throne. But picking up the foil Showcase Bone Crusher, that is pretty nice. I think regular Bone Crusher is going for about $3. So, I think regular is $3. I think the Showcase is like $5. So foil Showcase is probably at least $8. Kind of funny if I was super wrong, but I think that's about where they all stand right now. Opportunistic Dragon, really terrible card. That is the quota for bad dragon cards in Throne. Yeah, it's not actually possible to pull common showcase cards from this because of, I guess it was a printing oversight that they wanted you to get common showcase cards in the normal pack for Throne because that was the first set that had showcase. But it didn't happen because of some kind of snafu with the printing. That is what Wizards officially said. So the only place to actually get common showcase cards were in the collector boosters. Or I guess common non-foil. You can pull common foil from normal boosters. Oh, and we pulled Embercleave. Man. So we're at 4 mythics total. We pulled at least one from each set we've gone through so far. That's really good. Okay. So Clover, Red Cap. Oh, and we hit Castle Garenbrig. It's probably the weakest of that cycle of the 5 monocolored lands. It's really weird how the Throne and Theros sets have like kind of a monocolored theme going on, supported by Adamant and Devotion. But then we have multicolored support in Core 2020 and Ikoria. Lockholm Serpent. It's sort of the interesting thing, right? Like, I think them going tricolor, and Ikoria was trying to give a couple more love, try to give a little bit more love to the War, to return to Ravnica set before it cycles out. But I also think it's setting us up for wedges to be more prominent in a set we're going to get later in the year. Regular Bone Crusher Giant. Not as foily, not as cool. He wishes he was as cool as his brother. Let's see. Can we get one more mythic? Nope. Witch's Vengeance. Really bad rare. Overall, we did okay from the Throne packs. Nothing too exciting. Okay. So back to Theros, one of the weakest standard sets we've had in a while. Really, it's pull Uro or Croax or bust. Dream Trawler, like the only rare that kind of matters. Oh, we did get the foil Pokemon Island. That is actually really good. Man, the foil Pokemon Island. He gets to chill over there. We'll put the mountain there too, because we all know mountains are the second best land. Really, they're the best land because, Ban Island. But man, the Pokemon lands do look really cool, especially in foil. Burn through the commons. There's not even like an uncommon that matters in here at all. None of them really see play. Black-Red Temple. I guess I should make a new spot for the Theros lands because their Pokemon lands are cool enough. They need to actually be looked at. But yeah, I mean, the Temple cycle, half of it was in Core 2020 of the 10 lands, and half of it was in Theros. So that is why we've kind of hit them in multiple sets. You normally don't see that, but part of the reason we got the full 10-card cycle like that for the Temples is because the Return to Ravnica block happened, and the guilds need some more support. Really cool artwork for that card. The Cacophony. So we have hit 4 mythics already. So our average is still going pretty good. So I guess, the 9 packs we got from each box, nothing too crazy happened. We didn't end up taking all the mythics in those packs or the rest of the box that was distributed in such a way. Oh, there's mythic number 5, and it's Showcase. Showcase Erebos. So the Showcase gods have the constellation thing going on. So this is what the special frame for Theros looks like. Let's see. I guess we'll put him over there, even though he is Showcase. So, pretty good. We did pull a Showcase rare from one of the sets in the 9 packs that had a Showcase, and a Showcase mythic rare. So, we did really well, honestly. Getting one Showcase rare or mythic in 9 packs, that's pretty good. Oh, and we hit Kyora. So, we have now hit 6 mythics out of the packs. And hitting 6 mythics, if it was a closed, sealed box, would be very unlikely. Because your 4.5 is about where the odds go. So, to get 6, you, see it, but it's very rare. I watch a lot of box openings, and it's very rare to get 6 mythics. So, by mix and matching packs, though, we were able to pull, each box probably only had 4, maybe 5 mythics. But by mixing and matching, we were able to get to 6. So, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't do sealed boxes. Maybe you should just keep grabbing loose packs and hope that the person ahead of you didn't pull all the mythics out of the box. It always feels bad when you, open up 15 packs from a booster box and you don't get any mythics. That happened to my friend Polly while we were in Boston. I won the packs playing side events at PAX East. Oh, and we hit a foil rare. He opened the 15 packs, didn't hit one mythic amongst them, and then he got upset at me for being upset because he didn't really get the math behind it on how unlucky he got that he didn't pull one. At least one. Statistically, you should pull 2. But that is sort of the downfall of doing loose packs. And we end with a Haktos, the Unscarred. Okay, so real quick, let's go through this. We pulled 3 foil rares, which normally, since they up the number, you now get about 2 foil rares a box. But mix and matching packs, we hit a little more hot. Let's grab all the mythics. And Nicol Bolas. So we did really well. 6 mythics. One of them's even the Showcase variant. We hit 3 foil rares. The Karn, very good card, and a Showcase Bone Crusher Giant. All in all, we hit really hot. So it was a little bit above average because you normally only get 4, maybe 5 mythics, maybe 2 foil rares. But anyway, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for coming by the Magic Corner.